Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Dallas Daily Show, coming at you from the Neighborhood Loan Studio here in St. Louis, Missouri. Today's topic, still talking about summer with our family, but today, here on Friday, we're talking about this idea of summer nights and family bike rides. Let's get into the conversation. All right, so this week we didn't even do a Mind Shift episode this week because I just wanted to tell stories, some funny, some not, of summer family time. And the boys being home, we've had to adapt a little bit. My wife and I have had to make space in our work schedules for them being around more, and but also the experience that we had with Arrow of seeing how other people had experienced him. The rules of engagement. We've just kind of had some fun stories here from the beginning of it. And I could keep going with more and more stories. For instance, a sentence that I have said more in the last 3 weeks than I think I should say in my life is, why is every surface so sticky? It feels like I grab for a refrigerator door. It's sticky. I pick up the remote. It's sticky. I reach for a door handle. It's sticky. I'm like, why is everything sticky? Well, it's because little people are around and things are different, and they're not always washing their hands in the way they should, or maybe they come in and there's mud on the floor from where they were playing outside or going to hang out in the woods. Maybe there's extra toys lying around and it's like, guys, we got to pick that up. We got to do this. We're letting them have their experiences, and sometimes it feels as though my wife and I are the restrictors, right? We're always like, hey, pick that up, do that, don't do that, quit that, stop that, quit, boys, sit, it's that. It's like Jerry Seinfeld used to have this bit when when you're a kid, everything is up. Hey, life is up, you're looking up, let's get up, let's go up, let's go up. Yeah, everything is up, but then when you're a parent, everything is down. Sit down, calm down, quiet down. Right? He does this whole very Seinfeldian thing that he does. And so sometimes it feels as though my wife and I are the boundary keepers and the restrictors. And yes, while that is a part of what we do, the other night we had an opportunity as a family to just go for a long bike ride in the evening. It was amazing. We ended up biking a couple of miles out. We stopped and got the boys ice cream cones. And we sat around. There's this great little place near us. It's frozen custard. I know for you non-St. Louisans, you don't know what that is, but frozen custard is kind of a thing here around St. Louis, as well as knowing what high school people went to. That's a weird thing. Just ask. Next time you're through St. Louis, just be like, hey, what high school did you go to? They'll think you're from here. It's stupid. But regardless. But frozen custard's kind of thing. So we rode our bikes for a couple of miles. And then we stopped for frozen custard, and then we rode a little bit more, and we stopped at a playground, and the sun was starting to go down, and the boys were playing, and we got home after dark. It was great, and my wife and I, she was kind of middle, and the boys were kind of leading and running, and I was at the back with the last bike, just kind of keeping an eye on everybody. At one point, she slowed up and she said to Arrow, she goes, go on ahead, buddy. I'm going to ride by Dad for a few minutes. And we could see all three of our boys up in front of us. And my wife and I were just riding side by side. And she said, this is what it's all about. These are the moments I love as a mom. And she actually even said, I love our life together. And that was a really nice end of the week. And it was a really nice just moment with her. It was an amazing night with our children. And all of a sudden, we were in play mode with them. We weren't in mom, dad, restrict, boundary setting, train up, teach up, equip, empower, all that stuff. No, we were there, and we went from equipping them and empowering them to actually enjoying them. And I don't know if often enough in our lives we take the time to enjoy, because we're always doing. Do, right? Until you're in deep doo-doo. Sorry, bad joke. Dad joke. We were in deep, like sometimes you get into that place. And I think it's really important to have the moments that you sit and you take pleasure and you enjoy. Where in your life could you slow down the pace and just pick up this pleasure? Where's a area of your life? Well, I've already had you explore other thoughts today. Where are some places where you're holding on too tight, you need to loosen? Already had we explored earlier this week where are some places that you're a little too loose that maybe you need to tighten up in your life. Where are some places that you're saying different things about yourself than other people are experiencing about you? So the question for you today here is, where are you trying too hard? Where are you in the do a little too much? And maybe you could sit back and take pleasure in the now, take pleasure in the present, take pleasure in the simple things. It's a beautiful life, and I want you to experience it. So go out there, my friend, and have a championship day.
Thanks for listening to my dad's podcast. For more tools, go to dallasdailyshow.com. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.